Hey y'all, this is Casey. Today I'm going to take a look at a pair that I don't think I've done an analysis on, so you'll want to tune in. And then also remember that I do offer mentorship opportunities. You can check it out by clicking the link in the video description below. Let's take a look at this pair and see what it has to offer. All right, so I am looking at NZDCHF. This is another pair I don't believe I've ever done an analysis on. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm using Smart Trader. If you're interested in checking this out, you can for $4.95 using the link below for the next 30 days. What I like about this platform is the smart technology that it offers. You have smart support, smart resistance, smart trend lines, and smart Fibonacci. What I really enjoy is a smart fib tool. This is proprietary to Smart Trader. I've had some people comment and say, oh, TradingView has auto fibs. This is not the same thing. This is something completely different. So I encourage you to try it out if you're interested. But I'm looking at NZDCHF and I'm going to do what I always do. And you're probably like, what's that if you're new? So I go through and I do a multi-time frame analysis. And what I look for on each time frame is swing highs and swing lows. It's real simple, right? So I'm looking for swing highs, swing lows. And the reason that I'm looking for these areas is because these areas are the areas that have the highest probability for price to change and reverse directions. And so what I'm drawing over here now is a swing low, which is the inverse of a swing high. And then we're going to chat just a little bit. Okay, so this is swing high right here. This is swing low. And so you'll see that in both situations, this is a 5-candle formation. The high has a high center point, has 2 lower candles to the left, and then 2 lower candles to the right. The low is the lowest center point with 2 higher candles to the left and 2 higher candles to the right. So if we look over here to the left, we see obviously where these are. And so we go through each time frame and just identify these. So I'm going to get rid of this off of my chart now that we know what a swing high is and a swing low is. And I am going to put it in action. All right. And so what I do is I go through and I just mark out my extreme highs, my extreme lows, and I add a fib to it. Just get a little more granular to figure out where we are. The obvious swing low is here. Back in what is this? March of last year. We all know what happened then. And so I've got a template saved for long-term support. And so I just change it so that I know where I am in the market. And then I go back through and mark my swing high, which is here, right? And for the sake of this, though, I'm also going to mark another level because it's so close and so tight. And I may even do just one more. All right, I think I'm done. And so hopefully you guys saw why I chose these areas. So here we have a swing high. We have another swing high here. Looks like almost a double top. Same thing here. So I want to mark those levels. They're important. So what I'm going to do is go down to the lower time frame, which is the daily, and do the same thing within the bounds of what I found. So in between these 2 lines right here, and then I'm going to go through and knock it out. So my most next obvious, what I do is I go from low, then I go to high, and then I come back to low. So that's going to be here. And I'm going to change this over to, what is this, daily. You see, I've just got them color coded so I can easily recognize this is high. This is low. This is next high. That's 6.6. That's about 100 pips. I'm not really interested in that one. What I am interested in, though, is this level here. And the reason I chose this level is because this was past resistance here, right here. This was past support here. So price approached this line and reacted here. And then it broke through a little bit, came back, pulled back, broke through, came back, retested before making the deep dive down. So this area is more attractive to me and what I want to pay attention to. As we come further right, we see the same thing. We see support here, and we see price broke through, came up, resistance, and then it came back up and fell off, right? And so if I continue to go left, I know without a shadow of a doubt that this area is an important area. Look, price dropped and made a strong reaction at this level and pushed back up, and then broke through, came back, retested, fell off, right? Okay. A lot of people are like, well, that was back in 2015. Doesn't matter when it is. What I'm looking for is the zone, because what's happened in the past is definitely an indicator of what will happen in the future, and not just saying like the direction of the market, just meaning that this area is a significant area, and I can see that just structurally, you know. So now that I've got that level identified, I'm going to drop down to my 4 hour, because I got my daily levels done. Let me see. So I dropped down to my 4 hour, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for low, then my next high, my next low, which is going to be here. So I'm going to drop this here, and I'm going to change this over to my 4 hour template. And then we already did this level. So we have high, we have low, then price came back up and fell off. I want to look at here. I want to look at that first low. And look, so if I zoom in, I see this zone, price came back up, retested, fell off, and support. This was support. And so we played around at this level for a little bit. We played around, got weaker. Price came back up, retested this high, and then we broke through here, came back up to this zone, tested it, and then started dropping off. So yeah, I'm not going to go down any lower right now. I'm going to go back up to the higher time frame, because now I've got my levels identified. And for those of you who are new, price comes to an area, a zone, not a line. So just keep that in mind as you're marking up your chart. I'm going to go through, I'm going to grab my smart fib. I'm going to place it past the last low just to see where we are in the Fibonacci sequence. And this is the benefit of Smart Trader. Now, I know, you know, again, some people are like, oh, well, TradingView does this. Like, no, if you leave this up, and if I could do like a time lapse record, you would see, obviously I would have to do this on the lower time frame so you could see, but price would form as price printed out, new fibs would form as it prints out. TradingView does not do this. This is proprietary information to Smart Trader. Okay. So looking at this current fib, we have the A, which is the low boundary. We have the B, which is here. Prices pull back to the 61.8 level, it looks like. Let me just see. Oh yeah, it came right to the 61.8 level. So I'm going to mark this off because this is an area that I want to pay attention to, because we might be getting a push up. And the reason I say that is because 61.8 level is a level that we see price typically react to. The reason these are in red is because this is where we typically see price react, right? So if I'm on an uptrend, I'm looking for the 61.8 for the best possible setup in order to enter a trade. I know that price reacts at this level. Also looking at structure, this was a zone. So price, this was a zone, and it looks like price broke through this zone, this area, and came back. So this was once resistance, and now it looks like it may be forming a level of support. Now, don't get me wrong, price could come all the way back and take all of this move that it made over the past, what was this, last year? Or no, this was this year. So it could take back all of the move that it made, but I'm looking at this area, and then I'm going to drill down to a little further time frame just to see, you know, where we are. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the fib the opposite direction to see if we've hit an extension on the opposite side. And so what I'm looking at is to see if this fib finished. So we had an A boundary here at the high. We had our low here, which was B. Price came back to the 618 fib level. And if it's going to finish out, the anticipated target is actually a little bit further than where price is right now. But price has not been in this zone since December of last year. And it looks like it's forming a level of support. It may be pulling back to continue down to reach this target, but we really have to pay attention and see if this level is going to hold. If this level holds, then, you know, this may be the level that we see price start to move at. So I'm just going to put a small notation here so I know to pay attention to this area too. And then I'm going to get rid of this fib and go down to a lower time frame just to see what's happening. Okay, so this is the daily 618. I'm gonna go down to the 4 hour. I just want to see where we are fib wise on the lower time frame. So I'm gonna grab the smart fib tool again and throw the fibs on there just to see where we are. This was A, B. Yeah, this might be pulling back or to finish out, or it might be done. So we might play in this area for a little bit. I wish I could see. Let me see. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So on the lower. Okay. And what I'm doing is just looking at past fibs. 1, 2. Pull back to the 618. It went to the extension. It went past the extension. Formed a swing low. So this pulled back to, let's see. What I'm looking at now is this fib. So this pulled the A, the B boundary. Price pulled back here. So we'll count this as the 8-6 pullback. So the extension is here that we anticipated price to come back to after forming this high, that it would come back here. So we hit that, right? We hit that already. And so the D extension has been hit, so we're probably going back a retracement in order to figure out what the next move is going to be. Let me grab the arrow. Actually, let me grab the arrow with markers. So what I would do, let me back out just a little. Yeah, this is at least going. I mean, the move has already started, but we trade reversals up to at least the 38.2. Let me move this to the front. So we trade reversals at least to the 38.2. If you were able to find an entry, let's say price pulled back a little bit, it's about 100 pips before we know what to do. But let me see on the higher time frame. This may, we may see price come back to this level here. So this what is this, 4 hour level? And actually, oh no. So hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing what's happening. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, I'm just seeing what's happening. So we did A, we did B. Price pulled back to the 23.6. It stalled out at the 127. So I'm anticipating a deeper retracement on this move. So price may come, and you see it's already starting to form that bullish candle. We may see price reach this 642 level, which is 156 pips, before making a move to the downside. If it's going to continue down, where am I trying to go? Yeah, before making a move to the downside. And then this level here coincides with the higher level that we found, this green zone that we marked off before as a potential area that price might come to. So we identified this on the higher time frame as a potential zone that price could continue to transform, or excuse me, could continue to travel to But on the lower time frame, this move is done in this area. So either way, I think this buy setup is a good probability. Like I said, we haven't been this low since December. We may play around in this area, but I'm looking at short term a move to the upside for maybe like 157, 160 pips, with a continuation to the downside. Let me see. And then from here to here, that's 277 pips if we get that. But I'm gonna throw, let me throw my trend line on here. I'm gonna go down just to a lower time frame. Yeah, we may see price continue up off of this 61.8 level, because you got to remember, let me back up. Sorry, y'all. You got to remember that on the daily, this is an important level. This is the 61.8 level. And price could continue up to the matching extension, which long term, that would be buys for the next 1,000 pips. If this level holds. So you see these are color coded. This is red and this is red. Like long term, this may be moving back up to the upside, but at least for the next 156 pips, 160 pips, I think we're bullish. And then we have to play and watch what happens. But I'm gonna pull out the, where's my stochastic RSI. I don't like indicators, but I will take a look and use them. If I see something clearly to confirm what I'm looking at, then I'll use it. Oh, look. So on the daily, yeah, this looks like it might be setting up for a long-term buy. So you see at the bottom, what I'm looking at is a stochastic. We are in the buy zone. We're below the 20. Price is oversold. And that we're going into a buy scenario on the daily. I want to see on the weekly what we're doing too. Oh yeah, we're right in the middle. Okay, so it's not as clear, but it's not as clear. But daily, we're definitely in the buy zone. So let me see. Yep, this is crossing over. And so let me see what it is on the 4 hour. So this has got to pull back now. So we're in the overbought zone, just below it. And so what I'm anticipating is for a high to form here on the 4 hour and then pull back just a smidge to continue making the move up. And so the way that I would play this, I'm going to get rid of the stochastic because I've seen what I need to see. Uh-oh. Okay, I've seen what I need to see. So the way that I would play this is I'm going to put on my smart trend lines and I'm going to go to the last high and draw my trend line out. And then I'm going from there. The reason that I'm drawing it this way is because I think price is making a move up. And what I want to see before I enter, hold on. What I want to see before I enter is a break. Oh, come on and give me what I'm looking for. Let me go back. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me delete this. And then I'm going to draw this manually because it's giving me a little trouble. So now I'm just going to go from the last high to the next touch. Ooh, we're getting that break right now on the 1 hour. So I went from the last high, which was here, to the next touch here. And what we're getting right now is this bullish break across this downtrend line. And so what we're probably going to see, let me turn this orange so y'all can see what we're probably going to see is price finish out the move that it's making. We're probably going to see it come back and retest the backside of this trend line, and then we're probably going to see a continuation to the upside, and it's probably going to look something like this. Uh-oh, I didn't mean, that's not what I want. I want this. This is probably what we're going to see. And your entry points are going to be here. So this would be, and it may not come this low, but I want to see it hit the backside of the trend line, which would be here, right? And then I would look to possibly take in another position here, should we get that break, and then ride that up. So that's potential for a couple of positions. I'm gonna go down just on the lower time frame to see too. And I'm gonna extend this across or down, excuse me. Yeah, so that's what I think I'm looking for. Price is gonna form a swing high. And actually the entry, if you were watching this, it would have been on the close of the backside of this trend line. And this would have been the entry, but I'm gonna wait for a high to form. And if I put a fib on this, let me grab the smart fib. Oh, it hasn't formed a high, so it can't give me that. So this is A, B. Oh yeah, it's about to form a high. So what I'm looking at is I got my A and B, my swing low, my swing high. We got to pull back to the 8.6. Price went and it hit the matching D extension now. So what I'm waiting for is this high to form, price to come back to the zone and enter for the buy. So it's formed, it's hit its target. Now I got to wait for the pullback in order to get a clean entry and set myself up for the highest risk to reward scenario. But that's what I think the move is right now. Long term, like I said, if this holds, if this daily 618 level holds, if this daily 618 level holds and we see price break above these last highs, I think we're headed up for the next 1,100 pips or so. So I'm curious. I don't see a lot of people trading this. I'm curious. I need you guys to let me know. Is this something that you trade? What are your thoughts on NZDCHF? I'm going to publish this chart. I'm going to do my best to do it in Smart Trader, but I'm going to publish this chart so that we can watch and see how price reacts based off the setup that we just looked at. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And then also you'll want to take a look at our No Cost Forex Facebook Mastermind group. My mentor, Benny Allen, and my buddy, Ryan, we have a group on Facebook. That's a phenomenal group. We offer periodic no-cost training. And then we also have a paid mentorship opportunity. You can click the link below the video to access both. And I'm glad that you guys watched the video. If it was helpful in any way to you, please consider subscribing to the channel. And I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you have a phenomenal week. Bye.